This box contains all of the makeup products that I have used up in 2022. If you want to find out how many products are in here and how I use all of these up, then stick around because we're going to talk about it. Hey all, welcome to Beautiful Journey. I'm Tina. Thanks for choosing to spend a little bit of your time with me today. In January of 2022, I started a new project. It's a subset of the project Use It Up, but I decided to do it a little differently. And I decided to focus on products that were almost gone, that I knew that if I concentrated on them for just a little bit, I could use them up and get them out of my inventory and make room for more stuff. I chose to use these products that were almost gone because I didn't want to have to do any tracking. I didn't want to have to measure. I didn't want to have to photograph. I didn't want to have 100 little pieces of paper laying around with marks on them. It would have driven me crazy. And so this was easy. It was either gone or it wasn't gone. I made it a 5-product rolling project. So each month at the beginning, I put in 5 products that I wanted to concentrate on. If I used one up, I'd put another one in. And by doing this, I have used up so many products. I'm not going to give you the total just yet. You're going to have to wait till the end for that. I did shift from doing this monthly at the beginning of the year to doing it quarterly at the end because I just didn't have as many products that had just a little bit left in them, and so I wasn't going through things quite as quickly. So the last time I did an update was early in October, and at that time I had used up 53 products. I started that month with these products. There's actually one missing because I can't find it, but I'll tell you what it is anyway. So I started with the Maybelline Master Prime Blur Plus Smooth Primer, the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation in N2, the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder in this pathetic little compact, the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Concealer in 200 Ivory, and the Flower Beauty Petal Pout Lipstick in Naked Blush. I'm just going to have to stick a picture in here because no clue what happened to it. So those are the 5 products I started with. And how many of them did I finish? All of them. Yep, once again, I used all of the products that I started in my basket. I did really like this primer. It's that white kind of creamy lotiony texture, and it does do a good job blurring and smoothing. So if that's something you're looking for, I did really like this. This concealer is one of my all-time faves, and I will definitely repurchase it. It's a great cool toned color, and it looks really nice with lighter finish foundations and BB creams, because while it gives good coverage, it isn't a heavy finish. It really is kind of a radiant finish, but not so that it emphasizes texture. I don't know what it is about it, but I really like it and I will repurchase it. The banana powder I won't repurchase, not because it wasn't a good powder. I just don't see a need for banana powders. I don't notice a difference. They say that they brighten, but it doesn't really seem like it to me. So I just as soon use a translucent powder and not have another special powder for something that doesn't really do it for me. The L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation, really do like this. The N2 is a pretty good color for me. I also have the N1 over there, and right now I'm just using it as a mixer for foundations that are too dark because it is way too light for me. It's getting pretty close to gone too, so I don't know if I'll repurchase this because I have so many foundations that I'm using, and I have other ones that I want to try. So this is kind of one of those things that came in and went out, and maybe if I get to a point sometime that I need a new foundation, I would buy it. But it is a very nice foundation. If you're looking for a foundation, it's a good medium to full coverage. I have oily skin and it lasts all day on me. It doesn't get super shiny or anything like that. So it's a good foundation. I just have too many. And the Petal Pout lipstick, I wish I could show it to you because it is so satisfying to use up a lipstick. I'm sure I'll find it one of these days and be like, oh, there it is. As I suspected, as soon as I finished filming that video, I found the Petal Pout lipstick. Where was it, you might ask? With my other lipsticks in the same little square that it's always in. I don't know why I didn't see it, except that normally I store it with the label up and it got put in this way. And so maybe I just didn't recognize that it was the lipstick I was looking for. I don't know, but I can show you. So as you can see, it's gone. There's this little bump of product left right there, but when I would try to put it on, then the other side of the bullet here would scrape off what I'd already put on. And yes, I could get a brush and get down in there and get more out, but I hate lip brushes because then you have this goopy, gloppy brush, and what are you going to do? Put that in your purse? I have deemed that this is gone. The one thing I do not like about these lipsticks is this light plastic cover because they get cracks in them, and then when you put it in your purse, it just falls right off. So Flower, do better on the lids, but love the lipstick. Other makeup that I used up this month was the Thrive Cosmetics Lip Fuller Lip Liner in Ghislain. This was also an Ipsy product, and I enjoyed using this. It's a really nice lip liner, but I have really nice lip liners that I like from Essence and Believe Beauty and other drugstore lines that I don't need to spend the Thrive Cosmetics price for a lip liner like this. I picked up this Revolution Pro micro brow pencil. I think this was when we were in Florida and it might have been on sale or something. I don't know. I just needed a new brow pencil and I liked this one. The component is really heavy and very luxurious feeling for the price that I paid for this. It was, I don't know if I can get any out. Yeah, there's a little bit. It was a really nice taupey blonde color that went very well with my hair color, so I did enjoy that. But I have so many brow pencils that I like. Would I repurchase it if I had the opportunity? Yes. Would I search it out and specifically order it to repurchase it? Probably not. And this Complex Culture, this was an Ipsy brow gel and I enjoyed it, but it was a little bit warm. So even though I used it and made it work, I would not repurchase it. And I like the e.l.f. and the Essence brow gels. So they're very affordable, and that's the ones that I repurchase over and over. So I used up those 8 products. Before I tell you the total number of products used in 2022, although if you can do math, you may have already figured it out, I am going to tell you what I'm putting into my basket going forward. And the first thing that is in here is my Essence 16-Hour Cover and Last Powder Foundation. And that's all that's left. I am actually having to scrape some out and then use my puff, kind of pat it in there to use this because I really just can't get in there. I don't want to use it all up because I really love it. I do have a replacement in my Ulta cart right now. I got a gift card for Christmas and I plan to use it there. And so that's already in the bin to repurchase. By the way, the Petal Pat lipstick, it's also in my cart. I have the NYX Born to Glow foundation in here. This is the color Light. I really like this lighter finish foundation. There's just not very much left, and so I'm going to focus on it and use it up. I have a whole basket of lighter finish foundations, so don't be concerned that I won't have a foundation if I use this up. Not a problem. This LA Girl HD Pro Prep Smoothing Face Primer. I bought this when I did a full face of LA Colors. I'll link that up here if you haven't seen it yet. Super affordable makeup, and I was so impressed with everything. Well, when I bought this, I thought it was LA Colors. I always get LA Girl and LA Colors mixed up. And when I got it home and I was looking at it, I was like, that's not the right brand. I love this primer. It does such a good job smoothing and blurring your pores, and makeup stays on really well with it. Not to mention the fact that it's super affordable. But I have used up a good amount of it. We're going to focus on it. And yes, I will repurchase it when it's gone. I have the small e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder, and there's not very much left in there. I don't know if you can see. So just going to use that up. I do like this for setting under the eyes, but this is still my favorite. The number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Setting Powder. I just repurchased this not too long ago. I was making a Target order to get the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Did a video on that too. This is my holy grail under eye setting powder. I love how my under eyes look when I use this. And finally, the 5th item is this small Benefit Gimme Brow. I'm not sure. I think it's 03 is the color. There's very little of this left, and it's getting a little bit dried out. So I just want to use it maybe half a dozen more times. I think that's about all it's going to take to really use it up. Got this in an Ipsy, and like I said with the other brow gel, I like it just fine, but I don't like it any better than I like the e.l.f. or the Essence. So those 5 products are in my basket to be focused on and used up in the first quarter of 2022. And if I use these up, then I will put something else in. So when I update, there could be 5 products used, but there might be more. I did put all of my empty makeup products into a spreadsheet, and I had columns for category and brand and name and all that kind of stuff, and then notes if I would repurchase or not. And I thought it'd be fun to just give you a quick rundown of what I used up in each category, because to me it was quite shocking and eye-opening to see how much of each category I used. I'll start the way we put them on our face. First off, I used 7 primers, 7 foundations, and 5 concealers. I also used up 1 color corrector. I used up 6 powders, 3 bronzers, and 1 blush. I did not use any highlighters completely. 4 eye primers, 4 brow gels, 4 brow pencils, 2 eyeshadows. Those were both Wet n Wild Brulee singles, so it's not like I used up a whole palette or anything, but I did use 2 eyeshadows, 3 eyeliners, and 5 mascaras. Now, a couple of those mascaras just got dried out, but otherwise I did use them up. Finally, I used up 1 lip gloss, 5 lip liners, and 1 lipstick. So all told, in 2022, I used up 61 makeup products. I'm just flabbergasted with that number. I had no idea when I started this in January. I thought maybe I'd get through 20, but this was 3 times my expectation. So if you have a lot of things in your inventory, take a look and see, do you have any that are almost gone? And then pull that out into a separate basket and just take a little intentionality on using it, and then see how quickly it actually gets used up when you really focus on it. And then you have room for new stuff. I know some people use a makeup bank system, so for like every 2 items out, 1 can come in, that sort of thing. I'm not keeping that close of track, and mostly I just want to use things before they expire. And if I started with a half full or 3/4 full, it would just be overwhelming, and I would do it. But when there's just a little bit left, then it's this achievable goal, and it just is so satisfying to actually empty it out. If you plan to do this, it's really helpful to have a set of makeup spatulas. I think there's one more, I'm just not sure where it is. I'll link this down below. I got this on Amazon, and I really like this set because it's all one piece. The set I had before, the top part would come off, and I actually lost it down in a bottle of foundation. This, they don't have that issue. Plus, one end is like a little spoon, and the other end is a spatula, so you can get down into the corners of things. And then, of course, there's the different sizes. So if you have a big lotion bottle, you can use this one, and this gets down in concealers when you take the stoppers out. I use my super sharp pointy tweezers to get in and pop up the edge of the stopper, and then I can grab hold of it and pull it out. But you have to be really careful, because when you're doing this, you could slip. So make sure you're doing this away from yourself and not like towards your hand, okay? How about you? I know I have some of you who are pudding along with me. Give me your totals down below. I didn't know if I was going to continue this or not, but I am going to keep my PUD going through 2023, mainly because I know that some of you are doing it as well. And it has been really helpful to increase my intentionality on using products. I don't really even have to think about it that much anymore. It's really brought it front of mind for me. So I just know if I see a product that's like, oh, there's not very much left in there, I will go to that product more to get it used up, even if it's not in my basket. So it really does help with a mindset shift as well. Whereas before, I would ignore those things that were almost gone because I wanted to use the new shiny thing. And now I just have this compulsion to use it up. But I will only do a quarterly update because I simply don't have as many things that are almost empty. So I'm not going through things very quickly. And I will start doing the updates at the same time that I do my other beauty empties. So it will only be one video. There won't be a makeup empties and then an other empties. And that's simply because I only have so much time in my schedule to film, and you only have so much time in your schedule to watch. So combining those two seems to make more sense going forward. So I will list my entire PUD playlist down in the description box below. If you love watching makeup empties, you can go check that out. Otherwise, I'm going to let YouTube suggest a video over here that it thinks you might enjoy. I will see you over there. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye-bye.